So you find out, what do they love to talk about? What are their belief system, and go in that direction. And with every person, you should have a completely different conversation. It should be completely different. You should be focusing on the completely different topics. Because if you know, one of the signs that you're self-consumed is it. Oh my God, like a bath.
You see, the video you're about to watch is very important because a lot of people think that a woman's weakness is her ears, and yes, I think that is a woman's weakness. They fall in love through their ears. Most of 70% of cult members are women. They believe a lot more shit than men do. They're more emotional. But the next most powerful strategy, which I call the ultimate kryptonite, is letting a woman think that she is smarter, more brilliant, more of a deeper thinker than she really is. And the goal as a seducer at the end of this video should not be that she leaves and says, "Oh my God, he is the most interesting man I've ever met." No, you want her to feel that she is the most interesting woman in the world after leaving talking to you. And the reason why is this: if you make her feel that she is smarter than she is, she's going to love you for it. And the reason why is because nobody gives people this type of attention. Nobody, no man will talk to her the way you're going to talk to her. I am telling you guys, if anybody does this to you, you at least are going to develop a deep emotional connection, guys. You have to trust me on this. Please watch it and try it out for the next few dates that you go on. Please, I swear to you, try it out. Tell me if the woman doesn't leave feeling better about herself, because if you make her feel better about herself, which I know it contradicts not validating her, this is a different type of validation. This is not complimenting her and kissing her ass. This is a completely different form. This is the type of stuff that parents give children and adults crave from other people. That then most people don't do that because they're usually selfish. Now look, some of you guys might say, what if she puts you in the friend zone? No, we're talking about a woman that you're acting masculine around. We are assuming you have a masculine frame. Because what would happen is that you having a masculine frame and you talking to her the way we're going to be talking and that I'm going to describe will create a certain friction. And that friction is a mixed message. Because by you applying the strategy that I teach and being masculine, it is not normal. It's not normal for a man to be this way and act masculine. So, and also, if you're a guy that struggles with what to say next, this is the perfect video. Because you will never run out of things to say, because this woman will not shut the hell up. I can promise you. This will make your date so much easier. Having that assumption, let's begin the video.
Is when you're speaking to people, this is the most important part about this, is focusing on them when you're speaking to people. Learn to tell people what they want to hear. Learn to, when you're talking to people, find out, try to understand what would they want to hear. Try to understand what they believe in and say it back to them, especially in the beginning. And the reason why is this. I remember I was listening to a political debate, and they were talking about how male, what is a woman, right? As an example. And the debater who was pro-conservative, who was explaining that a woman is not just a human female, he was at first, before disagreeing, he pretty much said everything that he agreed with on the other side. And he was like, of course, I mean, it's obvious that a woman is a female, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. This guy, even though he's on the other side, this guy understands the physiology of it. But then when we're talking about what a woman is, we're talking about more of a feeling. And we understand that it gets conflated and it seems like we're not into science, blah, 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 blah. But the reason why I started agreeing with him, even though I realized I didn't agree with him like afterwards, but in the moment I agreed with him, the reason why was because he said things that I agree with from the start. From the start, he started saying things that I agree with. And then he slowly started saying things that I disagree with. And because I already had a momentum of agreeing with him, I sort of cloaked everything he said that I disagree with a little bit of more agreeableness, if that makes any sense. It's almost like the yes ladder, that if you get people to say yes a lot, they'll end up saying yes to something that they usually wouldn't say yes to, because you have created compliance. It's the same thing. You create mental compliance. So you find out, what do they love to talk about? What are their belief system? And go in that direction. And with every person, you should have a completely different conversation. It should be completely different. You should be focusing on the completely different topics. Because if you know, one of the signs that you're self-consumed is if you keep talking about the same topics with with different people. That just means you're putting yourself in front before the other person. So you want to find out, what is the one thing that they talk about that they can't shut up about. Find that out. What is the one thing that they love the most that nobody shares with them? Find that out and talk about it. Where would they like to go? What makes them unique? What are their weaknesses? And also find out, when you're talking to people, find out the relationships between people. If they bring up their cousins, find out, do you get along with your cousins? If they bring up their best friends, find out, how do you get along with your best friends? Have you guys ever had a fight? Find out the relationships between his life. Say, so if he talks about basketball, for me, and art, ask him, what do you like the most? Art or basketball? And I'm like, interesting. Or if an example, if you ask me, what do you like to do? I like art. And you're like, oh, okay, so why did you get into art? I could promise you, I'm not even gonna ask, why aren't you talking about yourself? I'm gonna just keep fucking talking. Oh, I started doing art because I read a book about Leonardo da Vinci and blah blah blah. And then if you're smart, you're not gonna say, oh, I love art. If you're smart, you're gonna say, why Leonardo? Why not other artists? What makes him so unique? And I'm like, all right, I'll tell you why. Okay, Leonardo was just a fucking genius, man. That's what I like about him. Let me tell you how I got into him, and I'll keep talking. And what's going on is that as I'm talking, emotions are stirring inside of me. And if you're a good listener, you're going to be like, oh my God, holy shit, this guy's a fucking genius. Can you tell me more about it? Oh my God, that's crazy. Show me some of his paintings. And I'm like, oh, okay, let me show you some of his, let me show you, look at this one, right? And you're like, oh, so what makes this different from any other artist in his time? And then I'll tell you his technique. And if you just keep focusing on me, I'm not going to notice that you're not talking about yourself. I'm not going to notice it. And the whole point of all of this is for me to leave like I'm the smartest person. A good listener leaves and the person feels like you were a smart person. A great listener, I leave and I feel like I am the most interesting person. That's the goal. You don't want to disagree with me. You could disagree with me on little topics. Find out the little topics you could disagree on. But on the big topics, agree, right? Just find a way to agree, or even agree, but then or even disagree, but then focus more on what you agree with. But the whole point is that you want to enter their world and find out what they like, what they don't like, the relationship, why they like this and not that. Like, find out relationships. So find out relationships. Do you get along with that person? Do you get along with that friend? Do you like him? How is him different from him? How are your best friends different? Blah, 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 blah. All in casual conversation. But also find out what they, about their past, their relationship with their parents, their relationship with their moms, dads, right? And as you're talking, make sure that you don't just focus on them. So for example, if we were in the conversation about Da Vinci, and then you ask me about that, how I got into art, and you have nothing to say about art, you can say, oh wow, so you got into art because of Leonardo. That's pretty fucking cool. I got into science, or I got into dancing because of fucking Michael Jackson, right? Just like that, because I read his biography and I got inspired by it, you know. But it's the same thing. But I'm curious, how was your journey like? How did that progress? Did you go to a school to learn? Did you even started practicing? How was it? Right? And then I tell you how it went, blah, 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 blah. After 2 minutes of talking, you'd be like, oh, wow, that's kind of similar. Like, I started going to a school, you know, but then I started noticing there was a lot of competition, right? And so it's kind of like, it was really difficult. But what was like some of the challenges at school? Did you notice that there were people better than you? Like, how was that for you? Because that happened to me. And then I'll talk, right? What you want to do is that you kind of want to guess what topics will get them talking the most. That's where you pretty much want to go, and just go in that direction and just listen, right? When you make eye contact, look at them, but then every 5 seconds you look away, like quickly, just look away as they're talking. Interesting. Oh, right. And when they say something, if I say, yeah, Leonardo was just a crazy genius, and then you want to say what I said, but in your words. Damn, I mean, this dude was an animal of a genius, man. I mean, I couldn't believe someone like that existed. What you want to do is guess, how do I feel about what I just said? And say, And in your mind, you want to be like, okay, so he said Leonardo was such a genius. What else might he think? Man, Leonardo, it's crazy. He just blew the competition. Like, how the hell was he able to just discover so many things? And then I'm like, that's exactly. And then I'll say, that's exactly what I say. It's kind of crazy. And then it's almost like you'll give me the sensation that you see the world the way I see it, and that sensation will create a connection. And if you just keep going deeper into that, my God, this person is going to feel so understood, so flattered, so like a star, that they're just going to want to see you again. Even if they don't find you attractive, the fact that you listen so fucking much, they want to see you again. All right, guys. So I want you guys to check out my online course called Dark Game. That's right, people. Dark Game. And this course is pretty much, I review to you the secret tactics, the secret techniques to create attraction in almost any woman, right? But not just attraction to the point that makes her want to see you all the time, where she's the one initiating all the contact, right? Now just imagine to be able to keep all of the girls in your life that you lost because of your stupidity. Imagine, and I had stupidity too. Imagine being able to keep them. Imagine being able to have 5, 6 women available to you, wanting to see you. Imagine being able to create intense relationships where they're all doing all the work. People, that kind of stuff does exist, people. Now, I'm not going to promise you that you're going to bang like 40, 50 women. I'm going to promise you that you're going to be able to keep the women you have, that you get with. I can promise you that keeping them will increase with this course. But let me keep showing you something. This course is pretty huge, people. It's a huge course. This course has over 50 videos. 50 videos, right? And some of them you could get for free. If you just sign up, you get free videos, right? But in these videos, let me show you guys the course, right?
All right,
Oh
guys.
shit. That's me right there, right? In this video, I pretty much teach you guys how to find your purpose. Right? All this is how to find your purpose, discovering your purpose, right? I teach you guys then about female psychology, all of the principles about female psychology you guys need to understand. I then teach you guys the mindset, the proper mindset that you guys need to deal with women. After that, I teach you guys 21 videos on how to game. I mean, it's pretty much unbelievable, man. I gotta make this available, right? But it's unbelievable how many. I pretty much put everything: outer game, social circuit game, strategies, threesomes, foursomes, everything, right? And on top of that, I give you guys a few bonuses: how to overcome approach anxiety, why you can't take actions, a Dickens pattern to change your mentality, how to go from open to transitions, right? 81-minute long, people. This is like, I don't know how long this is, but this is hours, and I mean hours worth of content. And you get a 30-day money back guarantee. I mean, you without questions asked. All for $99, people. This could be around a few thousands, to be honest with you, right? But you guys get it for $99, right? All you gotta do is just go over here, purchase the course, and you'll get access to it. And if you don't like it, you could just message me and get your money back, people. Look, man, don't be hard-headed, people. Don't be hard-headed. This is the course that you guys need, right? It gives you guys everything. I cover everything. I could promise you, man, you're not gonna get a more in-depth course on how to attract women and keep them more than this. All right. Anyways, people, check it out. 30-day money back guarantee. There is no risk, and you could get the free course. You get the free trial. The free trial are these videos that you get for free, right? You guys could just sign up. You could watch all of these videos for free, right? And you don't have to pay, all right? Anyways, I'll see you guys inside. I want to see you guys inside because, again, people, you can't lose nothing. There's a 30-day money back